notwithstanding any provision of the bylaws.
Danny, I'm sorry.
The board of directors shall not be permitted to take any of the following actions. Shall not.
As he mentioned earlier, is very special to us because he keeps us informed, he keeps the truth out there, and that's Danny Flunker.
Danny.
Where'd he go?
Sorry. Come on, Danny.
Oh, calm down.
Come on.
For many years. Now I'm going to open it up to who signed up. That was Danny. Danny, you have 3 minutes.
Yes, sir. So, I requested the road contract that Mark promised us at the March 21st meeting. We still haven't gotten anything. Other people have requested it too, they told me. I requested the CPA contract from the last meeting. I'd like to know how much that cost. I know that Alan Hicks called about having to do something for the water company, and it was like $4,000. Then I wanted to talk about Mark Carpenter disabling my camera at the March 21st meeting, laying it on its face down so it didn't catch anything. It was pointed over here at the table where the votes were being held, and I did that for a reason so that I could actually see what they were doing. And then I sent an email to the board asking for an apology. I didn't get one, I didn't expect one. Don't touch my shit. Last, I resigned from the ACC over this road assessment issue. I'm not going to serve a board that doesn't listen to its members, and I think a 75-25 crushing was pretty loud. But then I wanted to talk about some of the ACC issues. Is Mr. Carpenter here and Julie both called me when Michael Saunders got on the ACC and said Michael can't have anything to do with the 1023 bill. Well, the 1023 bill, to refresh your memory, is the one down the hill on Coventry from Michael Saunders where they wanted to allow it to be technically 57 feet tall. Well, Julie did. Julie said she'd never approve it. But Mark was okay with it. And in fact, he approached me many times after that saying we should let them build something a little taller. You can't have special treatment for some and strict rules for others. And then I'd like to address another issue is we're seeing, many people contact me, they're getting violation letters for their grass when they've never gotten a violation letter before. The people that opposed the roads, that were vocal. In my opinion, that's retaliation. I'm not surprised. I am surprised at Will, and he's over there nodding his eyes and whatnot. Really surprised. I wish these two would get board training and not listen to them so that you know what your function is up here. You can look straight down at the ground, it's all right, Will. And then one more thing. When you go on the website, there is no 20-25 minutes. Why is that? Not one. Every 20-25 minutes missing. You were on the board. You were on the board.
I'll address it.
Thank you.
Can you address all those?
Welcome to the community. Don't take this, what I say, as a reflection of the community, the board. So, if that being said. Okay. Whatever. I have been attending board meetings because I trusted you guys. I haven't been attending them, and that you guys would do the right thing. That trust obviously was misplaced. The annual meetings, the management stated if they don't know who owns a property, then they don't send a violation letter to them. That is quote unquote, they said that. They said that to me. So when someone receives a violation notice, apparently it depends on whether the management knows who you are or if they don't. And that's a selective enforcement, and it's blatant. And then we have a situation with Mr. and Mrs. O'Neill, who haven't even built their home yet. What you guys did, you treated him like that was a criminal trial. It was a grass violation, and the board went after Mr. O'Neill with fury. You sent him a violation notice and a fine for allegedly not mowing his grass, and once the board chose to pursue enforcement and penalties, Chapter 209 kicked in. And he was entitled to receive the evidence against him at this hearing. He was entitled to have witnesses and have it recorded. Those are not optional rights. Those are the rights that this board or previous boards adopted, and you filed those in the county, and you didn't even follow those for him. And that's just blatant, and it's wrong. They're not optional rights. They're required, and this board ignored all those rights, and you know you did. You did. The board cannot demand compliance on all these people here in the whole community and ignore your own. That's not right, and it's not going to be accepted. And I understand that there was a certain board member that at that hearing said, well, I just do what Julie does because I don't know any of this stuff. Ms. McGraw, that is inappropriate. You should know all this stuff. Well, I've got the video. Let's be honest. Your whole thing that you're doing today about comments is about Danny, my husband. And let's get real. You simply don't like what he has to say, and you don't like being called out. I reviewed every single ownership record when this agenda came out. There are LLCs, there's estates, there's husbands and wives that own, that they have a home, but only the wife's on it, only the husband's on it. We've lived here for 20 years, and he's been the president, he's been the ACC chair, he's volunteered numerous hours, and all of a sudden you don't like what he says, he's calling out some of the stuff you're doing, like Mr. O'Neill's situation. And you don't like it. So there's no exceptions here. This is just another example of selective enforcement. And let's not forget the bylaws. We worked our butt off 20 years ago to put things in place so board could not have a blank check. And we spent our money, hired attorneys. Well, you guys just went ahead and removed that. So right now, as it stands, y'all can just put a Ferris wheel right here, and we have no say about that. You can spend the money if it's there. No, it's not.
Patty, just 3 minutes.
Okay, well, whatever. Finally, thing, Michelle Christensen, she called out people in this community. Board members were being in violation, and their friends were being in violation. And what did you do? She spoke privately to you, and you announced her to the whole community, calling her out. I've always been about integrity, treating people fair, and I don't like doing this. It makes me uncomfortable. But you know what? You don't have integrity here, and I'm not going to sit down and turn a blind eye to this. Do what's right, or there will be consequences, and you guys know it. That's it.
Thank you, Patty. I just handed them a copy of what's filed in the county, the bylaws, and all I was going to read was it says notwithstanding any provision of the bylaws.
Danny, I'm sorry.
The board of directors shall not be
Danny, you
permitted to
can't
take any
speak.
of the following
You're not a
actions.
property
Shall
owner.
not.
You're
Shall
not a
not.
property owner.
Shall not.
Make note, Danny is not a property owner.
Any expenditure
He
over
has no right to speak.
$25,000.
Whatever he says is strictly from the
Hey,
record.
Will, you won't have qualified immunity on this. You keep it up.
By the way, these are the
explain this whole
O'Neill's right here.
No,
We're not giving their fair
property
chance.
owners, I was saying.
We've been through hell because of these people. Hell. We've been through hell because of these people. Wrong.
I want to clarify, and I've clarified many times before. I've been on the phone with the attorney many times. The hearing that was done with the O'Neills, since it's now out in public, was supposed to be a private hearing. It was not supposed to be according to the fine and enforcement policy that we have filed with the county.
State
Patty,
law.
you're not allowed to talk at this
State
point.
law 209 allows him to have it in public. You're wrong.
I'm going by what our enforcement policy says.
It does. It says he's allowed to have it in public.
With witnesses.
You know I know.
If he wants to put it in public, but the hearing itself was, the only person that was supposed to be recording
What are
was
you
supposed to be
scared
hearing, not
of?
someone
What are
else.
you so scared of?
And I'm not. I'm trying to do it according, you're the one.
Please be quiet. You're not speaking. Your time is up.
Transparency. You went after him, and you found out that the lie you went after him is the neighbor's lie. It wasn't even his lie.
As far as these bylaws are concerned, there were bylaw changes done in November of 24 and January of 25 that totally axed this particular bylaw provision. And it has been run by the attorneys more than once, 2 and 3 times. That basically, and I confirmed again Thursday with the conversation with Cagle, who wrote the HOA laws and basically said, our documents all read, they're unprecedented, meaning we don't have to as a board. That's the reason he made the change in November of 24, that the board could come in and change anything we wanted in the bylaws. And they put the guardrail in. There was a guardrail put in as far as having to do the member vote for the special loan assessment, which you all basically, most of you were a part of. We also had that was put in there where we have a 20%. Anything over that, we have to come to the